Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and it's Friday. You're probably missing me, right? Yesterday I wasn't here, but it was for a good occasion. So today we're back. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week, and it's very close to Christmas, so we can see the volatility fading off because big banks and market makers and big corporations are stopping for Christmas, and then therefore stopping the Forex flow. But of course, we still on the market, we're still fighting until the end, as they say, right? But guys, we did have the ECB, again cutting the rates yesterday. Widely expected. So it was previously 3.4%, and then the consensus was 3.15%, and then now they've cut to 3.15%. So what is next? What can we expect next for euro? So this is what we're going to be talking today on this video. So before we go any further, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and share this content with your friends. If you've not yet registered for the webinar, we do have webinars next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. I see you there. All right. Yeah, so ECB cut the rates by 25 basis point. The deposit facility rate from December was maintained at 3%. It was cut at under 25 basis point as the consensus was expected. So now it is at 3%. But what is most important is not only the ECB interest rates decision, because the interest rate decision, I've been talking about that for what? Ages and ages. We didn't have last month interest rates decision for ECB. We only had in December and October and December. So for those 2 months, I've predicted already the 50 basis points cut. And if we look, that's not bad, okay? It's not bad at all. We're having a 25 basis points cut from 2 months, so 50 basis points cut. Another 50 basis points cut predicted for the next first quarter of 2025. So definitely the cuts are in there. We can't talk about that. We can't, argue about that. But what we can argue about is, what is it going to happen next? What is it the whole point about it on the euro dollar or euro JPY, euro CHF, whatever you like to trade? But what's going to happen with the euro? All right. Well, the thing about the ECB is that the interest rates is coming lower because they're trying to fulfill a growth into the GDP. We saw the inflation coming lower, we saw the rates coming lower, but then we saw the GDP coming lower as well, right? So there's a tricky point here, that what they're trying to do is they're trying to cut the rates to stimulate the economy to get some growth, domestic product, higher than expected. Okay, I think the next release for the GDP is either next week or next month. So I can't remember by the top of my head, but anyways, we should be watching the GDP. That's where the whole attention of the market is at the moment for Europe. Okay, for Europe at least. Talking about other countries, that's another thing. But for Europe, that's where we should be paying attention. What I think it will happen is, for the month of December, we're probably going to have a good PMI service and a good retail sales, okay? Because people will go for dinners, people will buy things that needs to be serviced, people will go, buy iPhones, buy tablets, buy Apple watches, buy cameras, computers, clothes, everything for Christmas Eve as well as New Year's Eve. And that will occasionate into somewhat, if possible, a little bit of inflation. So this will boost up the euro. For the first month of 2025, we may likely have a very undersized of where euro is going. But in the end, it will go upwards, but just for a small bit, all right? Maybe a little bit above 1.06. It's fighting now to 1.04 something, 1.04. Last time I checked, 1.0437. I don't know what is the price right now. Let me just check with everyone. So right now, euro dollar is at, again, 1.046. All right, so not much changes since I checked it this morning. Yes, I do believe on a overall bearish euro. I think euro dollar we'll go to parity 1.00 until next year, or even below parity 198. Sorry, 0.98, 0.99. But there is points like the first few weeks of the first quarter next year, we may have some sort of bullishness into the euro. Okay, so now it's the time or never for you to get some good trades into the market following our videos. So if you've not yet registered, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do it so. All right, we're here putting daily content for everyone. From, you know, if you're newbie in trading, that's completely fine. If you've had some experience in trading, if you're professional in trading, we can talk to everyone, and that's the beauty where I try to put the content so everyone can understand. Guys, I hope everyone have a beautiful Christmas. I hope everyone have a beautiful end of the year. Most of you may go into holidays and not watching the videos now, so I know. But be ready, because next week we're going to be having the webinars as normal, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The only time I'm going to stop will be on the 31st. I don't even know what day is that, so let me check here again. So on the 24th, I'm not going to be here. 25th, I'm not going to be here. 26th, 27, and then of course the 30 and 31st, and then the 1st. So basically it's, you know, in 2 weeks you still have time to be watching. In next week you still have time to be watching the webinar, so make sure for you to register, and I see you there. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I see you in the next video, or I see you in the webinar. Cheers guys, bye bye.